Good afternoon. Welcome back to Thorn Creek Homestead. Sorry I haven't been around for a while, but had some medical issues. I got my arm operated on, had more skin cancer removed, and anyways, I'm kind of back at it and doing pretty good. So I was doing things I probably shouldn't be, but anyways, thought I'd take you along with me today. I'm working on some hot wires on my fences. We're in the process of, I think we're going to go with some goats, milk goats, and I'm putting up some wires on to keep them in. You don't want to let them things get out. So anyways, I'm also going to protect them and try and keep some of the other animals out away from them. So anyways, I'll show you what I've been doing, and you can kind of make a decision on whether you're interested in it. But I've been hanging wires this morning, and I got a divider fence out here when we had livestock here and we had beef cattle out here. So anyways, I'll show you what I did this morning. And it's about 2 o'clock now, and I've been out here for a while. So it's a little warm, but not too bad. So I'll stand by there and I'll show you what I've been doing. Okay, this is the other side of this fence that I'm working on. I did this one this morning. So, and I'm working on putting a wire on there so they can't get over the top and they can't get underneath of it, get up against it and rub on it, and them get hurt or get out or get where I don't want them at. So anyways, I'm putting insulators on and doing some of the stuff there. As you can see, I'm going to show you how I take and do it. I'm not no professional by a long shot. So, but I will take and show you how I do it, and it works pretty good for me so far. I'm not, I put up several in my life. So anyways, I'll show you what I'm doing, and maybe you can learn something off of it. Okay, where I'm going to put this insulator out on this other side over here, I have a little bit of a situation. So as you can see, this gate coming through here has not got a lot of room right here. So I got to make sure that I clear that. So in order to clear it, I've got to put an insulator on here that will go out and get away from it. But I need to stay away from the fence. So I got to have some kind of a spacer in there. So I don't know, I hope you can see what I'm doing here. But I think what I'm going to do is put this insulator right here, and this will hook my wire to it for the other end then. So we'll see what happens. So you can kind of watch what I'm doing. I've learned over the years not to try to start a screw without a pilot of some sort. So I just take a screwdriver and start it in there, and then take my impact and I'll set that up on her. So if you can see what I made, I took a piece of conduit, it's electrical conduit that I had leftovers with, and I took and cut a piece off. Most of them have been an inch. This one's a half an inch because I couldn't get an inch in there. There's not enough room. So we'll see what happens with this when I put it in there. I need to change that washer on there though. This washer is too small. When I put these on there, I try to cut corners with everything. And so I use a larger washer to hold the insulator on with. And I like screwing the stuff on. That way if I have to take it off or I want to make some changes, I can do it. But anyways, we'll give this a shot. That's what it looks like I'm putting on there. It's an insulator. You don't want it going to ground anywhere. So you can make these insulators if you want to make them out of PVC. I can show you how I did it years ago when I didn't want to spend the money on it. Now we'll see and make sure we got enough room to get the gate shut. And if we do, we'll be able to pull the gate back around, and I can hook the wire to it and drag it down through there. When you wrap this wire on these insulators, just so they don't come off, you want to make sure that you take a couple of laps on them around your insulator. And you can make them look fancy if you'd like. I mean, I've learned over the years that it doesn't make it work any better because it's fancy. So hopefully I'm getting all this. so you can see it. So I wrap it around a couple of times. Then I'll come up here and I'm going to put a few twists on it. Kind of hold it. Nothing fancy. I've got the tools to make it fancy, but it doesn't have to be fancy. Okay. That's pretty well what I do. And I try to turn that to the inside or away so it doesn't take and get into the wires. You don't want to have it shorted out. Okay, we'll drag it down to the other end now and see what we end up with. So hopefully you can see how I did that. This is really hard to do when you got this sunshine up here like it is. But anyways, it's a beautiful day. We're in the upper 80s today, so it's a good day to do this. But anyways, I'll drag that down there, and we get down to the other end, I'll put it back on again. I'll just take the camera with me. Since this is a one-man operation, I try to make things as easy as I can. So I just put a rod through that and put it in the back of my gator, and I'll drag it off of there as I go down through there. So anyways, it makes it a lot easier for me and saves a lot of extra steps. So anyways, I'll take you up here and show you what I'm doing. Okay, this is where I'm finished up at. And that's where I started at. So it's pretty good clip down through, but not too bad. Put in longer and stretch it. So anyways, you can see what I've been up to. So but anyways, I'm going to put insulators, I think, on the top of this too. I've been looking at it, and I think I need to do it on both sides. Be on the safe side. So anyways, but I thought I'd let you see where that's at. Now I'm going to put the insulator on, and then I'll hook the wire up to it and I'll go down through and kind of put things together then. You can't tighten anything up quite yet till you get all your insulators, putting your wire run through your insulators. Once they're in there, then you can take and pull it up. Then I'll go down through and I'll put the insulators on the wooden posts that are out here. And you can see some of my wooden posts are kind of leaning. Well, that was from the cattle when I had them out here. They like to rub up against it and scratch against it. It gets a little wet out here. Later on I'll come out and see if I can't shove them over and straighten them up a little bit. And some of my posts, as you can see, are setting higher. We ran into a rock out here on, well, I think you can see the three there. Ran into a big rock out there when I was putting it in, and we moved about a foot apart on them, and we could not get down, drive them down in there. They would not go. So we just left them. We were down in there deep enough. Those are 6-foot posts. I mean, those are not 6, those are 7-foot posts that we put in. I had to think there for a minute. My old age is catching up with me. We're going to kind of guess at this one. Since we really don't have any good measurements of any kind. I mean, I go up and measure from one end to the other, but we'll make a spot here and come down a little lower than what the other one is. And I'll probably put the hole somewhere right in here on this side. It should line up pretty good. So you're not going to be able to see too much with me up here, but we're good to go. Now we can pull the wire over here, hook the wire up to it, but like I say, leave it plenty in it, because you got to hook those insulators into it. Okay, I'm going to go up through here and start hanging these on, and then I'll come back and I'll tighten this up. They go in pretty simple. Okay, we made it. Got her done. Now we'll go down here and we will Sorry about making you seasick there. We'll pull this up and tighten it. And we're going to have some leftovers on this, not much. I wonder if I can move you over here on this side a little bit. We're at the back of this field. And it's not very level back here, but it looks like it's going to work. So what we'll do, we'll pull this off, and I'm going to start pulling it. Now, I'm going to give you fair warning. You can pull this up tight like I'm doing, but you want to be careful because you're going to end up having to go in here and redo this. I guarantee it. It never ceased to amaze me that metal can stretch as much as this does. You get a couple times of that in and you're good to go. Okay, now we'll just wrap this. I can make, like I say, I can do a fancy wrap on it, but I don't see a reason to do a fancy wrap. It's not going to make it work any better. Now, I got a pretty good piece here, but I'm going to show you. I just take this, and you can, like I say, you can go fancy if you want to. You could split a washer or a bolt, put a nut on it, and but that will work just as good, and won't have any problems with it. So as you can see, I got weeds going out here. I got to weed whip all this down before I can energize it and check it. But as long as it's not shorted out anywhere, it's going to work. So that part's done. Now I need to go through where the wooden posts are at and stick insulators in. That's why I didn't go through it and put the insulators up prior to running the wire. I'll show you how I do that. We still have plenty of, I got enough in my battery yet. So, let's see if I can find the post here. There it is. Let me get the parts I need. When I put these on, like I say, I'll hook the wire to it. I know where it's going to go then. You kind of make a little room here so you can see better. So when I put this on here, I'll be able to tell roughly where it goes. Start my nail. By the way, that's if you're going to bust your finger, you might as well use a big hammer. It ain't going to hurt any different. Okay, we got it on. Now we've got, I think, 5 more to go yet. So that looks pretty darn good. It'll be a little tighter, but it's good for now. Okay, I'll take you and we'll go up to the next one. I'll stick it on. Okay, we got it done. We're from one end to the other end now. And it took me all of about probably 45 minutes or less, I'm guessing for sure. But it's not so much this time that's spent is spending the time outdoors and enjoying this. That's what I like to do. So, and it's rewarding. See what I ended up with. Now I can, so I just don't change subject here too quick. I can adjust those insulators on there on this side pretty easy. They're just a clamp on, so they'll stay where they're at, but it makes it kind of nice. So anyways, I'll let you go and I'll be back. I have some fence I need to put up on the gates yet, and I might add that to this video. So if not, I'm glad you watched it. You give us a thumbs up if you would. I'll keep you in touch and try to be on here more often. I'm getting better, just taking time.